Man, you really fucked me today, Alex. I'm fucked. You ruined me. I'm fucking. You wanted to do this show so goddamn bad. It felt like the fucking demons were trying to pull me into the sleep realm. And instead of allowing them to do their work, I instead bought some magical potions with your
I
money.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, thank you. I was gonna say give credit where credit is due, motherfucker. I bought you energy drinks so that we could do
But the
this
problem
show.
now, but the problem now that you don't understand, Alex, is I work earlier in the morning on the weekends than I do on the weekdays. And now that I've drank an energy drink at 8:30 p.m.,
What time do you start
there's
work?
gonna be some problems. 8:30 a.m.
Oh, you'll be fine.
I have to be up at like 7.
You'll be fine. You got time. You got time to sleep.
But yeah, but the chemicals in my body will prevent such things.
It'll be okay. I'll just send you another. Just take the other one with you tomorrow morning.
That's true. I do still have the other one.
I bought you two.
I
One for
also
the
did.
show and one for the
Well,
show and one for
depending
work.
depending on how you interpret it, you could interpret it as I scammed you. You could also interpret it as I scammed the delivery driver.
How did you scam the deliver? Did you not leave a tip?
Because you did send me enough money to leave a tip, and I did instead spend that on donuts.
Fantastic. Fuck them. They shouldn't be delivering to you anyway. You should be on a your house should be on a blacklist. Your address
Yeah,
should be on a
they should
blacklist
fucking
for
ban
Uber
me
Eats and
from. Yeah. I'm sorry my camera looks like dog shit, by the way. This is an hour and a half of work to get it to look this good.
No, it was like 30 minutes. 45.
It felt like a year.
You hopped in at 8:15. It's not
It
even
feels
9
like
o'clock yet.
it feels like it's 2026 now that I've
For
finished.
all I know, it could be.
you
Man, I'm so excited for 2026.
you can kind of see the Detour head side here in the way I have it set up. So it's proof that I didn't just shove it in a closet, then I look at it on occasion.
Proof that it is still a thing that I got you. It's
Yes.
probably the best Christmas. I was thinking, like, I'm like, so looking on Amazon and shit, because that's really the best way to send you anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm not buying something, sending it here, then packing it up and sending it to you. Fuck that.
Yeah, that would be annoying.
It's retarded. I'm not doing that. Now you got me fucking with my camera now. So I was like looking at like Power Rangers, like little plushies or action figures, like something really fucking stupid that you'd just because it's Power Rangers you'd be forced to like, but not anything that's like, holy shit, that's amazing. Like the
Alex, you
subpar shit.
underestimate what my reaction to cool Power Rangers
No,
toys
I
would
was looking
be.
at like bootleg Power Rangers shit, like the real garbage, dumb shit. Like I found trading cards, or
Oh
like
my god.
not trading cards, but like playing cards. You know, like Ace, King, Queen, 10, whatever of
Wait,
Power
wait, like
Rangers. And I
power
was,
of like a
yeah,
deck of real cards.
I was gonna send you that. And I'm like, nah, that's a little mean.
I
And then
thought
I
this was some like
realized,
shitty trading card game. It's just a regular deck of cards
yeah,
with
just a
Power
regular deck
Rangers
of
on them.
cards, but with Power Rangers on them.
That's really funny.
So that was the front runner for a while, and then I'm like, well, I saved money on everybody else's presents this year because I kind of cut like 5 to 10 off of what I usually spend. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be a nice human being and get him a Detour Ahead sign. I have one. I'm sure from the minute I got it and the minute you showed up here and saw it, you were I'm assuming you were jealous that I had one. So I'm like, you know what? I think it's wrong for me, one of the hosts of Detour Ahead, to be the only one with the Detour Ahead sign. So I'm like, you know what? I'll get Riely one. You going Betty by him?
I'm fucking with my camera again. I'm seeing if I can straighten myself further with another pillow.
But that's the story of why you have the sign, because I figured if we're gonna do the show together, we might as well both have a Detour Ahead sign.
Yeah, and I
Unless you
didn't have
come
anywhere to hang it up for a set because I'm retarded.
That's okay. We all work with what we got. I mean, hell, it took me how many years to get a.
This is not
To,
helpful. This is not changing anything.
it's all right. I mean, hell, it took me how many years to get a setup to get a background that looks as nice as this. My room looks absolutely fucked. By the way, the computer is in the direct middle of the room. You were there when I was moving shit around, which was a fucking
Yeah.
nightmare. But I guess to start the welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to Detour Ahead.
Welcome to Detour Ahead. God damn it.
I forgot about that. Um, as you can see, this guy right here, he's new. He's the newest addition to the Raichu family. I told you it's just gonna be the bit. This entire episode is just gonna be you fucking with the camera. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. It's good. I promise you, it's fucking good.
It's
Please.
such a weird angle.
Your head
I'm
is
not
in
facing straight.
your head is in the middle of the camera for this. You're
But
good.
I'm looking like weirdly up.
Yeah, half the time I'm looking over this way or over this way just to look at you when I'm talking instead of looking at the camera. I'm trying to fix that a little bit.
I'm not looking at the camera, which is part of the problem because the camera's fucking 8 feet below me.
I was gonna say like 15, but well, you're a big dude. You're a tall dude. You're like 30 feet tall, so you gotta look down
Oh,
at
there's
the
a
camera.
bug on my screen. Get the fuck out of here.
Was moth back?
No, it's not a moth. I think it's a. I don't know what it is. It's not a moth. It might be a fly.
Oh, we don't support flies here. We only support
Yeah, no.
moths.
This is a moth only podcast.
It's a moth only podcast. Anyway, what would you like to start off with tonight?
I don't know. This is your show.
You're the Sean to my
used
Dick, the Johnny to
I've
my.
used drugs. I used performance enhancing drugs to make sure I didn't fucking fall asleep during this shit. That's all. That's all I can do. You gotta fucking steer this ship.
Let's start with the funny one first. The any links that I talk about or anything I'm talking about here is going to be found in the media channel, by the way. So if you want to read along or we'll just look at it. So the Nintendo Switch got released this week, and I'm getting a little bit of like FOMO because I didn't pre-order any.
Not surprised.
I
It's kind
coming
on the
off of
expensive side.
ColossalCon, I couldn't coming off of ColossalCon, I couldn't afford to pay rent, afford the convention, and buy a fucking Switch 2. So I think I'm just gonna wait a couple months and then get it when the hype dies down. Scarlet and Violet looks absolutely fantastic on it.
Oh
by the way.
my god, man! I saw that footage.
Fuck
Holy
me.
shit.
That's why I'm getting FOMO right now. It's because all these people are playing on their brand new Switch 2s, and I'm over here with my regular Switch, and I'm like, oh, this game could be so much better, but I can't afford it.
PayPal has trusted me with power I should not wield. Because with the pay and for system, a Switch 2 would be realistic. Unwise, but realistic.
Possibly. I don't know. I'm gonna start looking at it a little bit. We'll see. I will be getting one, obviously, but
Yeah, I'm gonna get one eventually. Obviously, it's but like at the latest, probably like 2 years in when the first exclusive Pokemon game comes out. But hopefully before
Gen
that,
10 is supposed to be exclusive to the Switch 2 next year at the end of the year.
it's not gonna be next year. ZA is coming out this year. They don't do a Pokemon game a year anymore.
Okay, but hear me out. Next year's their 30th anniversary. There's no way that they're not going to put a game out for their 30th anniversary.
I don't know.
For their 20th, they put out Sun and Moon.
Yeah, but they were putting out games every year back then.
Almost every year. But
What do you
I
mean?
don't know. I think Gen 10 is rumored to come out next. It's rumored to come out next year. I think it would be smart for them to capitalize on their 30th year anniversary. But if they need more time, I am more than willing to give them more time. just like Legend ZA. They needed more
Maybe
time.
ZA is the game. It's like Power Rangers, where for some reason they don't know how to celebrate an anniversary on that anniversary. They always have to do it a year early for some retarded reason. I don't know why. Like everybody everybody is gaslit into thinking that the 10th season of Power Rangers is Wild Force. It isn't. But they did the 10-year anniversary special during Wild Force because I don't know.
Did you see the release date for Legend ZA?
Isn't it like near Christmas?
No, it's mid October.
Oh, okay.
Fucking mid October. That's such like a random like it's almost like they spun a wheel of months and they're like, all right, when are we? Come on, November. Come on, November. Oh, we got October. Fuck. All right, we're gonna do October anyway. Whatever.
Yeah,
The wheel
you
has
know,
spoken. Every listeners of this show know how the wheel works. You
it
can't
gives it
you
gives
can't
everybody
disobey
some
the
extra
rule.
time. It gives everybody some extra time to prep for the big events. I don't know if this still happens. I guess the last time I heard about it was Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon because that was the last time I was actively following a Pokemon podcast that was talking about Pokemon news during a Pokemon release cycle. And I guess like adult fans kind of have this little thing where they get together on like on and around Christmas and like put a bunch of cool shit through Wonder Trade to like try to make some kids' day for all the kids who are getting it for Christmas.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so that gives it an extra month to prepare if people are still doing that.
But anyway, because the Switch 2 came out, I've been having FOMO this past week. I learned that if you pre-ordered from GameStop, the if you I don't know if you want to read along or not. It's the link is in there. I think I don't know. I don't remember. The Nintendo 2 Switch 2 screens were punctured on launch day due to GameStop
I heard
employees
about this.
stapling the receipt to the box.
I would take that receipt off of the
I'd
box and
staple.
I would walk into the GameStop and I would staple it onto the employee's head.
That's what I was gonna say. I was going to take the staple and go fuck you and staple the receipt straight to their fucking forehead.
Right to their fucking balls.
Nah, because that's sexual assault. You got to go to where the brain is, because clearly they're not using it.
Yeah,
But I'm
yeah.
seeing all these pictures of two little holes on the Switch screen, and I'm like, I'd be so fucking pissed. The Switch Nintendo has not released a new console in what, almost in 9 years, not including the OLED version of the Switch, which is like very dumb. But
I will say that I did see something today that is making me consider voting with my wallet and not buying a Switch 2. This is the first thing I've seen that has made me think this way. Guess what's still there? Guess what's still a problem, Alex?
not owning your shit.
Well, yeah, that too. But guess what they didn't fix, Alex? The most controversial thing about the Switch 1 ever, the thing that everybody has bitched about for the Switch 1 for its entire lifespan. You know what I might be talking about, Alex?
No.
Joy-Con drift is back!
How?
They used the same fucking part that caused it the first time in the Switch 2 Joy-Cons.
No, who uses just use a goddamn controller like everybody else does. Like I
No!
don't
It's a
understand.
Switch! The Joy-Cons are supposed to be part of the experience and they're supposed to work correctly.
I'm never gonna touch them. I'm not going to touch them. I'm gonna get fucking yelled at by one of my fucking neighbors, but I don't give a shit. I am not gonna use the Joy-Cons. I will never use these Joy-Cons on the Switch 2 unless the power goes out and I need something to do. That's
Yeah,
it. That's the
your neighbors
only
haven't been
reason
this
why
good.
I will ever touch these fucking Joy-Cons. Those are
Your
going to
neighbor
be
has
brand fucking new by the time the Switch 3 or 4 comes out. I will not touch them. It's going to stay docked and I'm going to use a controller.
Your neighbors haven't been this pissed since there was that drunk fat retard in your apartment last year.
I don't even think they were mad about that.
Yelling at his phone.
What were you yelling about?
I called into the MoCast, which was recording without me, to ask some like stupid question about ice cream or
Oh, that's
something.
right. Your ice
Yeah,
cream yellow. You
yeah,
were
and
yelling
I
at Demi
think
about
like
mint chocolate chip.
no, I don't think it was that. I think like, oh yeah, that was on the show. On the show, me and Demi were talking about mint chocolate chip, and then afterward, me and you were just hanging out, and I saw that they were recording the MoCast, so I went into that call and I asked them about mint chocolate ice cream, and when Violet agreed with me, I like was like, yes, like I fucking
Yeah, it's like
fell to
11
my
o'clock at
knees.
night. These motherfuckers are trying to sleep. The people next to me have been blasting bass for like 2 days straight. I'm
So
surprised you
fuck
can't hear
them.
it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't give a fuck. I've drank too much. I need to watch myself because I might say a slur, and that's not gonna be okay.
Yes. Slurs.
Look, you're the only one that says friend on the show. Anyway, they've been puncturing the screens with staples.
That's so fucked.
It's so fucked, but like
The amount of righteous fury that would flow through my veins were that to occur.
because it didn't happen to me, it's really fucking
It
funny.
is real.
It's
Imagine
really funny
all the
for all of these
fucking
fucks that
problems
tried to
people
do it.
had. All the problems people had with these fucking pre-orders. They finally get their hands on
And
their
they're
Switch. They're
and they're
finally
fucking punching.
successful as a fucking staple in the screen.
Oh my god. It's like God looked at me and said, "You weren't able to afford it, so we're going to make your day a little better."
You know, I did realize recently that now that I have working Joy-Cons, I can actually use the Switch as a portable console again. I didn't actually do it because when I realized that, I was like 7/8 asleep, and I was like, maybe I could stay awake if I play some Switch. And I turned the Switch on, and I was like, nope, I went to sleep. But I do have that power now. Should I ever choose to use it?
Oh,
Maybe
it's
I'll
just
actually finish. Maybe I'll actually finish Legends Arceus now that I can just pop it open on a whim while I'm laying down.
I mean, you could also go catch up on Sword and Shield cuz Penguin was asking me if you started that again. She really wants to play, like genuinely.
Yeah, she gave me a deadline where she was gonna keep going without me, and I missed the deadline, so I assumed that was already happening.
No, I'm saving you here. I'm your last line of defense.
Don't save me. I
You know
don't have the
that meme where
motivation.
it's like some small little child and then Jesus is standing there with his arms catching all the fucking bullets or whatever?
I don't have the
I'm
motivation to play this shit.
That's me. I'm Jesus. I'm saving you. Just catch up. We'll have fun. It's a
No,
fun time.
I don't want to play it. There's no speed up. It's annoying.
Anyway, I've been saving you because Penguin and I are doing the Scarlet and Violet one right now.
Did you see they're making fucking Dragon Ball Unite? I'm sorry for your life, Alex. I'm sorry that that's gonna be taken away from you.
What do you mean Dragon Ball Unite? Isn't that
They're making
Breakers?
they're making a game that's literally fucking Pokemon Unite but Dragon Ball. No, it's not fucking Breakers. Breakers is completely different.
Look, I was gonna play Breakers and then I'm like, this looks gay.
Breakers is like a survival horror game, not
Oh,
a
is that like
MOBA.
what is it? Dead by Daylight?
Yeah, Dragon Ball The Breakers is like Dead by Daylight. Yes, but there's a new Dragon Ball game that is literally Pokemon Unite but Dragon Ball,
That seems like it'd be cool, but we'll see.
and it's gonna be on the Switch.
I thought Breakers was gonna be cool, and then they like released it, and I'm like, I was watching someone stream it, and I'm like, this looks kind of gay. I'm not buying this
It
shit.
seems interesting. It's like they went in an interesting direction
They
where
went
it's
in the
like it's
wrong
not what you
direction.
it's not well I wouldn't call it it's an experiment because every Dragon Ball Z game is always about fighting because that's what Dragon Ball Z is about, but they're like, in this universe exists people who are not good at fighting. And like, how do they feel when fucking Cell shows up in their city and starts drinking people? And like, that's an interesting premise, but I don't know how the execution went. I actually haven't seen a lot of footage of the
It was
Breakers.
okay. I'm not like a big fan of those types of games, so um I don't need to show pictures of people switch twos with the puncture holes, do I? People get that.
No,
People
we
understand that, right?
understand. Imagine a Switch, but there's little holes in the screen.
It's so funny. It's so funny. Riely, I how do I put this?
How
You
do you
know,
put this?
you know the terms to have a good you know how summer, it's June, so summer started kind of already, right?
Yeah,
It's white boy summer, Riely. It's white man summer.
it is White Boy Summer. That's true.
Nah, it's white man summer. It's white straight man summer this year. There's
That's
no
rude.
there's no pride. No pride. It's
No,
June.
fuck your no pride. Fuck this
No, no, no,
stupid
no, no,
no
no. I'm
pride
going. I'm
shit.
going somewhere. Let me cook.
Okay.
There's no pride anymore. Nobody has any pride. All of these corporate people didn't change their logos this year.
Yeah, fuck the corpos. They shouldn't have been participating anyway because they're not people. They're gay and fake.
The corpos didn't change their logos for the first time in years, probably 4 years since Trump was last in office.
That's retarded.
Um,
They did this last year too, Alex. Are you fucking gay and stupid? Like
nah, nah, nah,
this
nah,
is good. This
nah.
is already a thing before Trump was elected.
Yeah, because of ligaba like backlash and shit like that. I know last year in 2023, Target was like, you know what, we're just gonna pull all our Pride merch off the shelves. You guys win.
I fucking hate it.
I was driving around downtown Cleveland today, and they had a bunch of they're setting up for Pride, like a Pride parade or whatever that goes on every year. I watched a homeless dude walk over there and just start ripping pride flags, like the rainbow flags, out of the ground and throwing them in the street.
These bigoted retards are getting too confident. We need to start killing them in
Look, if I
Minecraft.
wasn't in a company car, I would have went, hell yeah, brother, because that's fucking funny.
We need to start griefing their Minecraft houses. That we need to
These
fucking
people
show
don't. This guy
them
doesn't have a house. He's homeless. He's homeless. He's just wandering around downtown, just ripping.
ripping pride flags out of the ground.
I don't remember what city it was, but I saw it on TikTok earlier. I just didn't save it. A bunch of
Have you heard about
Mexicans.
the King of the Hill voice actor? That shit that happened recently?
Oh yeah, the Indian. He died.
Yeah, the guy who played John Redcorn, who was the Indian guy from King of the Hill. Um, it, he's gay. He has a trans man husband. And apparently, there was some bigoted fuck who was so upset that they were just living their life, that he felt the need to murder their dog. and and then as they were screaming and crying in horror as they looked upon the skeleton of their dog, the guy comes out with a gun and fucking shoots John Redcorn's voice actor to death.
Sad that like violence isn't needed. I think it's funny that people are going around different cities and like ripping up pride flags out of the ground because that's kind of
Yeah,
funny.
it's all funny until they stop ripping the pride flags and start ripping down the people experiencing the pride with
Yeah, but like you
guns.
don't need pride. You're prideful all year. It's like black people with February.
You're right.
You can
We
have
don't
like
need pride. Pride's over. It's time for gay wrath. Okay,
no, it's
we're
straight boy
past gay
summer.
pride.
It's straight boy summer, Riely.
It's gay wrath month.
Straight boy summer. We're gonna have a great year. There's gonna be no
Fuck straight boy
flags.
summer. Fuck all this fucking bigoted bullshit. Fuck you for immediately jumping on the right wing grift train
Because
as
I
soon
think it's
as you
funny.
as soon as you fucking
I can see
detransition.
comedy when I see it. It's funny. Someone's ripping out little tiny like pride flags out of the ground. That's funny.
And somebody should rip that person's eyelashes out one by one and see how they like it.
Nah, because that shit don't grow back though.
Yeah,
It's how you keep dirt out of your
the pride
eyes.
flags don't grow back either.
You can go buy new ones. There's plenty of rainbow people
Go
out
buy
there
new
selling them.
eyelashes, tard. Fuck you. Shouldn't have ripped out the pride flags.
The fried flags.
The Fred flags.
Look, we're gonna take all the pride flags and we're gonna replace them with "Don't Tread on Me" flags. You know what? Even better, we're gonna replace them with rainbow
No step on
Confederate
snake.
flags. That would be funny. You go around and replace all the rainbow flags with rainbow Confederate flags.
That's like the bit. That reminds me of a bit that Vito keeps threatening to do, or just like bringing up, where like you go into a crowd of like liberals who's protesting Donald Trump, and you protest Donald Trump in a way that's offensive and see how they react. Like, that Donald Trump's a fucking nit.
You gotta do the blackface bit. You just gotta point. You gotta bring a friend with you and be like, "He blackface me." No, he blackface me.
Somebody has to make that bit real.
Someone's
got to
do it. Someone's got to have the balls to do it. I
Blackface
don't.
is kind of allowed now. They're doing it on TV again. The blackface is kind of allowed in comedy now. You got to be careful, but it's a little bit allowed in comedy.
Like, you can't
now.
go do blackface and say the N word. Hard R or A. You can't say it at all.
I think if we filmed the
like,
Blackface 2 sketch next time I'm up there, then that's okay. That's allowed now.
Well, probably by the time you come back up here, black people will be the majority, so we'll have to just to protect ourselves.
Yeah, so we're not fucking
like, you'll come up here and we'll be chilling in my apartment, and some black guy, or sorry, some normal sane individual,
differently colored individual,
someone who doesn't look like me, will break into the apartment while we're there, and we quickly break out our shoe polish that we keep in our pocket, just cover our face real quick and go, we're like you, please, no. It's like a defense mechanism, like armadillos when they like roll up into a ball.
Apparently. I just heard I guess Sam Hyde is finally doing World Peace 2. I guess that's coming, or has already come. I'm not sure which. But apparently one of the bits in World Peace 2 is that Sam Hyde literally fucking dips himself in a vat of tar to fucking put on blackface and starts doing a Steve Harvey impression.
I feel like there are
he's
certain
jet black. He's jet black head to toe, fucking dripping tar, and he's doing Steve Harvey.
I think there are a few black people that you are as a white man, you are allowed to impersonate. Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey's one of them.
Morgan Freeman.
You say what?
Morgan Freeman. Help me out here, because those are the only two that are like close to white at this point. Kanye's white.
Kanye.
Man, I can't believe he rebranded the swastika.
There will never be anything funnier. Like I
don't know why
like
the KKK isn't like marketing on
I don't like
this.
Nazis, okay? But listen, the fucking amazing bit of buying a Super Bowl commercial for the Yeezys website and then deleting everything from the Yeezys website and putting up a swastika shirt is the funniest shit in the world.
Funny. It's so funny. I think like he basically rebranded it at this point. Like anybody who's in the know will see a swastika and be like, "Oh, are you a Kanye fan?"
Did you see that he's done again though? He said that he's done with anti-Semitism again.
He's you're never. It's like crack. You're never done with
He said
anti-Semitism.
he's done with anti-Semitism, and then they released a like clean version of the Hail Hitler song where he's saying Hallelujah instead of fucking Hail Hitler.
Why? This dude is just like one giant meme, and it's fucking fantastic. We need more people like Kanye. Actually, I don't think we need more people like Kanye. I take that
Did I
back.
tell you fucking the Kanye Hail Hitler song resulted in Tobuscus making the first funny joke he's made in like 13 years?
Really?
Yes. It's just like I don't know why I found this so funny. It was just this dumb YouTube short. So there's this phenomenon on TikTok where people are covering songs that they've never heard before. They're just like playing the song and like following along. So the bit of this YouTube short is Tobias is like, okay, Kanye just released a new song. I'm gonna do a cover. Then he starts like playing the instrumental and reading the lyrics, and he's like, he can't he can't form the words. He's like, and then like the part where he goes, "You don't understand the things I say on Twitter" happens, and he's like, "Oh, okay, I can do this part," and then it goes right back to.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I love. Look, I love that. There hasn't been a bad thing happen yet in Trump's America. We got so many memes. We got Kanye releasing a swastika T-shirt. We got Elon Musk being a little piece of shit autist. It's fantastic. I love this. I love this new
Holy
world.
shit, Elon Musk!
Bro needs to calm the fuck
Holy
down, dude.
fuck!
Like, your entire job right now in government was given to you by Trump, and Trump will take it away.
Well, he doesn't have the job anymore. I don't know if you noticed,
Oh,
but
I
that
didn't
was
notice.
already true.
I didn't know that part, but
He stepped down, and then he came out against this big, beautiful bill that Trump has, and um we thought that was it. Like I had a conversation with Mo about it before it blew up. And he was like, yeah, I was like, have you seen that Elon turncoated on Trump? And Mo was like, I don't think it's a turncoat. He just doesn't like the bill. And then fucking an hour later, he's tweeting that Trump's a pedophile.
he's tweeting Trump's a pedophile. Trump needs to be impeached, and I'm like, I love this. We're so back, Riely. We're so
Also,
back. It's like it's
the,
2016 again.
this shit is like he looks like a complete scumbag in this because everybody immediately pointed out if the after the Epstein files were cracked open and you would have found out this information, you let Trump babysit your child.
It's fantastic. I'd let Trump babysit my child. My child would learn so
If
much
you
from
knew he
him.
was a pedophile, if you had just read a document that confirmed he was a pedophile, you let him babysit your kid.
If I see, I will never believe unless a video comes out on the internet of Trump fucking a child. I will not believe
It's
that
not.
he's a pedophile.
It's not whether you believe Trump is a pedophile. It's the fact that Elon is saying that he believes that Trump is a pedophile, even though he left him alone with his child.
Elon's a retard.
Yeah.
Elon is an autistic male, and everybody knows that autistic males have no social skills whatsoever.
Fucking retarded, man.
It's not okay. Are you calling me retarded for saying that, or him?
No, I'm calling Elon retarded.
Okay, I want clarification because I wanted to
You're
make
retarded
sure.
too, but not for this point, just in general.
No, I'm just an autist with bad social skills. That's all. Speaking of which, so I picked up. So at work, I deliver plumbing supplies, and there we sometimes pick stuff up from like different manufacturers and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I pull up to this one spot. I was almost gonna skip it because I hate going there, just because they're so disorganized and it always takes like 30 minutes. And I was trying to get home so I could play games with Penguin, which didn't happen because she set her alarm for AM instead of PM. It's all right. Her and I are hanging out all day tomorrow, so so I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I got a little bit of time. I'll go there. I'll just rush them. I don't care. I walk in, the place is fucking spotless, and there's a girl sitting there, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I do the pledge and say, hey, what's up? How you doing? Whatever. And I'm like, so what happened to the other guys that were back here? And she's like, oh, apparently they just stopped showing up to work like 2 weeks ago. And I'm like, both of them? And she's like, yeah, they kind of just fucked off. And I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, yeah, I spent the past 2 weeks cleaning this place up because the inventory was all fucked and all of this shit was everywhere. And I'm like, it looks fucking fantastic, but I digress. Riely, I am going to I've made it my mission to like shoot my shot. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna shoot my shot while I'm at work.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna see what
Okay.
happens. I'm gonna see what happens if I shoot. I only go there like once a month anyway, so I'm just gonna tell my boss, be like, every pickup at this place I want, give it to me. I don't care how big, how small. If it can't even fit on my truck, give it to me now, and I will take it. I will do it, everything in my power. Give it to me. I need excuses to go there. Like if there was a hot girl that worked like on a different floor, and like there was like one time where they're like, hey, can you take this down to floor 1 or whatever, you would immediately go, everything you have for floor 1 that has to go every single time, ask me, and I will take it. So that was like the highlight of my day. She's super nice too. We were talking for a while, but we'll see what happens. You want to know another reason why it's white man summer?
Why?
So the US Supreme Court clarifies the standard in reverse discrimination cases. So it's now
Okay.
officially illegal for black people to say no whites in our business.
I don't think they were doing that, but I'm
There's
glad that
some well, it's also like it's going against DEI as well, too. So this happened yesterday. In a court case, Ames versus Ohio Department of Youth Services. Petitioner Marlene Ames, this is also in the thing if you want to read along. Marlene Ames is a heterosexual woman who was hired by the Ohio Department of Youth Services in 2004. In 2019, she was assigned a new supervisor, a homosexual woman. Ames received positive performance reviews, but when she applied for a promotion to the Department Bureau Chief of Quality, the homosexual woman was hired instead of Ames. Just 4 days later, Ames was demoted to a secretarial role, and a gay man was hired to fill her position. She
wow.
sued them, pursuant to Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of '64. She sued them. A woman got our rights back, Riely.
I wonder if the guy who replaced me is gay. Maybe I could sue.
Maybe a woman,
Maybe.
Riely, a straight woman got our is getting our jobs back single handedly. This went all the way to the Supreme Court.
You see, I am of the mind where the whole anti DEI campaign is a double-edged sword. Like I know I'm alone in that fucking camp at this point, but like DEI has been abused and overused. But I don't think the concept in itself is out of line. And it being completely killed in every industry is not something that I like. Particularly in artistic industries is where I feel strongly about DEI, like video games in particular, but other artistic mediums as well, where just certain artistic mediums, just like out of convenience, seem to mostly employ a particular race of people. And I like there being a system in place where if there are people out there for different cultures who have stories they want to bring to life, they are somewhat prioritized because there's fucking 8 bajillion white dudes who will make a video game, and we've made plenty of those. If a black lady wants to make a video game, let's get her a place to do that.
Yeah, but
You know,
what credentials does she have over? the white man
It's
applying
not
it.
it's not really about credentials in that context.
There's such thing as indie games. Like, you got to look at credentials. That's the whole point of this court case.
That's the thing is like that's the fucking excuse everybody gives where it's like, but they shouldn't all have to do indie games because all the white dudes get all the real game jobs.
Because they have
That's
more experience.
retarded.
That's the thing. I understand sometimes you got to look at the black lady and be like, we're gonna take a risk. We're gonna take a chance on you. We're gonna take a risk on you and see what you can do. And sometimes it works out. I'm not saying only hire the qualified people, but it also depends on the job too. If you can't
Yeah, in like
you can't DEI hire for airplane pilots because
no.
then you will have Boeing planes falling out of the sky.
Yeah, my main concern is that the killing of DEI in other industries is going to bleed into the artistic industry. Like we've already started to see it with the with the Sweet Baby Inc shit like a couple of years ago. Like
Yeah, but like,
the DEI in like gaming and art, I understand. But then you start doing DEI for fucking airplane parts, and that's where you lose me. And now that they've been
see,
fucking
it's not
around and
even
doing
like
that for too
DEI. You need to
long.
look at like, is this person passionate about the video game that they want to make? Should we take a risk on them? What prior things have they done? Is it worth taking the risk on them, or are we gonna lose a shit ton of money? It's like the fucking Snow White Disney movie. They looked at Rachel Ziegler and was like, you're running your mouth way too much, but we're going to take a risk on you anyway. And it completely fucking flopped. It is now the worst rated movie on IMDb.
I think that was. I mean, that's all
It's
those
also
fucking.
like, I believe that the worst rating for that movie is inflated by a bunch of Reddit retards, but like,
It's all fucking culture war retards, fucking nerdrotic and shit. Fucking
yeah.
the Disney's gone woke.
But if you're in a position of
I'm sure it's a
power,
perfectly fine movie.
if you're an influential person, sometimes there are sometimes like times where you have to like keep your opinions to yourself.
I will say one of my favorite petty leftist moments on Twitter. Like sometimes the leftists are petty and I think it's stupid, but this I liked. So even like the Twitter leftists couldn't pretend that Snow White was good. But when they talk about Snow White and they shit on Snow White, they exclusively refer to it as Gal Gadot's Snow White.
We talked about that, yeah.
Yeah.
The other reason was like, you can't hire a super hot supermodel as the evil witch.
And also
Go get Lizzo. Go get Lizzo to be the evil
genocide
witch.
supporter is I think a lot of people's main
Well,
issue.
yeah. I mean, that's if you believe
Hmm.
that, but I hate them
Wait a
both.
minute. Have we have okay. Okay.
See people don't like when you say that.
No, they really don't.
They fucking hate when you're like, so what's your stance on like what's going on over in Gaza right now? Like, are you Israelis or Palestinians? And I'm like, I hate them both. And
Are
they're like,
you pro
how do you?
genocide or anti genocide? That's the question that's important in that
I
context.
hope they kill it. I hope both sides kill everybody.
So pro genocide is the
I'm
answer.
pro genocide on both sides. I want both sides to just fight it out, and see who wins. Just put a big cage around Gaza and just fight them out. Take all the weapons out. Just
I think the
massive
people
fucking fist fight.
I think the nation of Palestine needs to be liberated from Israel, and then I think the people of Palestine need to be liberated from fucking Hamas. Those are the two things that we need to fucking fix
I
the world.
think that the leader of the Israelis, the Palestinians, and the leader of Hamas should all go to WrestleMania and do a three-way cage match for the Holy Land,
Yeah.
and just see who gets it. Who wants it the most? Send one of your leaders, and they're gonna fight for your country. And then the Undertaker will come and take it all and give it back to the U.S.
The opening fight is Putin versus Zelensky for Ukraine.
Right? Do you not think that's like, it's funny, but like, it'll save so many lives. Fight to the death for all I care. No weapons, just fists, like MMA. Just
What
put
if we just
Zelensky and
like
Putin in
tell
there.
Israel to go fuck themselves? Have we ever thought about that?
Tell Palestine to go fuck themselves too. Tell them both. Fuck
No,
you.
no, just the one doing the genocide, I think.
Nah, they're both kind of doing genocide though.
Mm,
Maybe one side
mm.
more than the other. I can't speak to is which side is which.
There's a terrorist group who is running the country, which I'm sure they did through a totally legitimate election, guys. Yeah, I know they elected terrorists. Yeah, I'm sure the terrorists all played fair, and it was a fair and balanced election where the terrorists won.
Go over
I'm
there
sure
and
there
run
was
for
no
president.
intimidation. I'm sure there was no scare tactics involved. I'm sure they elected the terrorists
You
without
got to
any
go
sort
over
of
there and
duress.
claim to be the
Uh,
Israeli god and be like, and just, and if when they ask you why you're so fat, be like, I'm so rich in power that it overflows into my physical form.
I almost like I I almost like argued with I almost called into a Jewish guy's radio show and argued with him about Palestine.
Please,
I'm
dude,
glad
that's so
I'm glad I'm
funny.
glad the phone lines weren't open because I might have gotten too heated. I was on a whim. So there's a radio station called 77 WABC in New York City. And
I
for the
really thought
most
you were
part,
about to dox your own city, and I'm like, hold on a second,
no, no,
because I
no, no,
was
no.
like ready to write the timestamp
This is a New
down.
York local New York radio station, but there's also an app where you can listen elsewhere. And the reason why I have the app is because that's where Anthony Cumia's show is. But I was just like bored one morning, and I tuned in to WABC. And it's this show called Sid and Friends, in the morning. That's their morning show. That's hosted by this guy named Sid Rosenberg, who's like
That's real
the
Jewish.
super Jew,
That's like
the
soup. Does
ultimate
you
Jew.
do you have like video with this, or is it just radio?
I think like video comes out afterward on YouTube.
I
So
bet you
you can
he's
probably
wearing a
find it.
yarmulke, like fucking what's his name?
Maybe it's possible. But I did almost I tried to call in to Sid and Friends and argue with him about Palestine, but the phone lines were not open when I tried to call
You want to know why the phone lines weren't working?
because they knew they could sense that I was coming.
No, it's an extra charge.
Maybe.
It's more money
But
for the phone lines to be open.
that would be yeah, I see what you're saying. I get you. I get
It's
it
more
now.
money. You're calling into a Jewish hotline. It's more money to keep those phone lines open 24 hours a day. They've min maxed it to where 147 to 235 are the perfect times to where they get charged the least amount of money.
Yeah.
You just got to keep calling.
Yeah, that I'm gonna have to find a morning where I'm gonna sit down and listen to Sid and Friends and wait for the phone lines to open.
Just
And
keep calling.
really,
Leave them voicemails.
that's not how it works.
I figure it out. Message him on Twitter. What's his name? I'll find him right now.
Sid Rosenberg.
How the fuck do you spell
SID and then
Rosenberg?
Rosenberg. Yeah.
77 WACB.
WABC, yeah.
The same thing.
Dyslexic ass motherfucker over here.
Oh, okay. Weeknights from 9 to 10 p.m. is Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is great.
Kumia filled in for him last week. I was listening the only time I listen to Bill O'Reilly's show is when Bill O'Reilly isn't on it.
This dude looks like the fucking. Who does he look? He doesn't look Jewish.
Does he not?
No, his nose isn't. He must not be 100% Jewish. There's no way. His nose is
He
too
got
small.
he got nose surgery to to defeat the stereotypes.
His nose is too small. There's no way that this dude is Jewish. I bet he's faking it. I bet he doesn't even have a yarmulke.
Yeah, Sid Rosenberg's a poser.
It's so stupid. I told you I have the funnies tonight. This is um nah, it's a big win for it's white boy summer, Riely. It's white men summer. Nah, that doesn't see white boy summer sounds good, but I think we got to change it because it's a big win for the white people, for the straight men summer,
Yeah.
straight boy summer. We're gonna have a great time this year.
Honestly, speaking of the Bill O'Reilly thing, that was kind of a win for comedy in a way, because it's this weird story arc because like fucking 15 years ago, Bill O'Reilly interviewed Opie and Anthony and was like grilling them about like just the idea of shock jocks in general and like telling them what they're doing is stupid and bullshit. And now 15 years later, fucking Anthony's filling in for Bill O'Reilly while he's in fucking China.
It's the second time I've heard that word this year. Today, shock jock.
Oh, what was the first time you heard the word shock jock?
When Eric July crashed out on
Oh,
Twitter and
Eric
went
July
after.
called Dick a washed up shock jock. Yeah.
He called him the N word. I love that Johnny's here. Johnny's a good addition. He's not the perfect replacement, but he's close.
I don't think a perfect replacement exists is the problem.
No, but
Except for Smart Mark. We have to find where Smart Mark is.
nah, we
Okay,
need
this is
Cool
the
Sean. We need Cool
here's
Sean.
okay. This is a character nobody's ever heard of because nobody likes Best Debate in the Universe but me. This is such a mystery. I almost want to pretend to be a Maddox fan and email him about it to see if I can get some answers. But when Sean left Best Debate in the Universe, he was eventually replaced by Mikey Bolts, who's like a notable YouTuber. But before Mikey Bolts, there was just this guy who nobody had heard of named Mark. And he was the audio engineer for like 2 episodes. They called him Smart Mark because he said he like called Maddox out on one of his points, and Maddox called him Smart Mark sarcastically, and that became his name. So Smart Mark was the audio engineer for like 2 or 3 episodes, and he was honestly great. Like he had the zingers. He was on it. He was doing great, and then he just fucking disappeared. And Mikey Bolt showed up, and nobody ever said anything about where Smart Mark went. And I'm like, what the fuck happened to Smart Mark?
You gotta hunt him down.
I gotta find Smart Mark. We gotta get Smart Mark on this podcast.
Go for it.
Yeah.
I've thought so. I've
Why
also
did
thought
Maddox
about.
fire you? Why did Maddox fire you after 3 episodes, Smart
I've
Mark?
also thought about anytime we talk positively about the Dick Show, just go and private, like unlist those specific episodes, and then email Maddox and be like, "Hey, I have a podcast, and I would love to come in. I would love to interview you, and just get him on the show." Just a big giant psyop.
I've thought of plans to get Maddox on a podcast before. Like, I had a harebrained scheme that I almost attempted with Andrew, where the idea was we were going to put largest issue on hiatus in quotes, but in reality, we were just going to make a new channel with a new stupid fake biggest problem name and make up fake identities. And do a couple episodes like that, and then email Maddox and be like, "Yo, Maddox, we're huge fans. We love you. We adore your work. We've been reading your website our entire lives. And we really liked this old podcast you used to do. We thought the format was kind of genius. So we decided to do our own little version, and we'd be honored if you would come on."
God, you see the problem with this is like I know you and I will both email the entire episode to Dick Masterson.
Yeah.
Just bring back the cowboy, Maddox, please. I know you're not fucking
Man,
listening to this show. I know this show's not even on your radar, but please bring back the cowboy. Bring back the little personas you did on Twitch. Everybody loved that. You'd make shit tons of money.
Try to have fun. Bring back best debate in the universe. What the fuck is Ron Babcock doing nowadays that you can't do a podcast with him every 2 weeks?
Babcock.
Yeah, Ron sucks cock is what Dick calls him.
It's just
Steve the penis magician, which is that was the funniest thing to me because Steve the penis magician, aka Kirk Wilcox, is his real name. I actually think is really funny. I don't know why he's hanging out with Maddox, but like I was listening to like best debate episodes with him at the time where I listened to the Dick Show episode where Dick called him Steve the penis magician. It's just
I
like,
also
oh,
there is a possibility I could do something really funny if I find the time, by the way.
what, what?
I'm going to LA with some friends.
Yeah.
Uh
You gonna go to Vito's house?
no. Email Maddox and say I'm gonna be in LA. I've been a huge fan of all of your content. I can't believe ever since just like a big dick like just big cock sucking energy, right? And
Yeah.
just send this huge email to him and be like, "I'll be in LA. I would be honored to buy you dinner or something like that." And just sit down with Maddox and just put the phone up. Just put the phone up like this and just start like just in my little pocket and just start asking him fucking questions.
I remember there was this like post on like the Dick Show Reddit that was like a prank and I fell for it. I don't know why. Because the unrealistic part is Maddox was treating a dickhead graciously, so I should have immediately known that it was false.
Yeah.
But like the guy sets up this whole story where he's like, I was out, I live in LA, I was out at a place and I saw Maddox. And I went up to Maddox and I was like, "Oh my god!" I got a picture with him, and then I admitted to him that I knew about him because of the Dick Show, and he just kind of laughed, and and then he asked him about some story that Dick told, and Maddox gives like a candid response where he's like, he talks shit about Dick, but he's not being mean to the guy. He's like. He's like, oh well, as a rule of thumb, if Dax tells a story, it's probably bullshit. And then he goes into his explanation of the story. But then in the middle of this story that he's weaving, it becomes like a meme, and you know that you've been pranked. And I was enthralled the whole time, and then I get pranked at the end, and I'm like, oh.
I do have the potential to do something really fucking funny. Go buy one of his books and be like, Maddox, I live in Ohio. I'm coming out to LA for a week. If I could just meet up and get my book signed, I would really appreciate it. I would love it. And just get a picture with them and shit.
That would be really funny.
That'd be so funny just to get his book signed or take two books, bring his book and then be like, "Oh, wait, hold on a second. Can I get another copy? Can I get another copy signed for my friend and then whip out Men Are Better Than Women?" It'd be really funny. It'd be really funny. I'd do it for the bit.
That would be funny.
I wouldn't even keep the book. I'd send the book. I'd if he actually signed Men Are Better Than Women, which he probably wouldn't. He'd probably just walk away. But like if he actually signed it, I would send it to I would contact Dick and be like, I got Maddox to sign your book.
That would be. I have an idea.
I think that would be my ticket to get on the
Here's
show, too.
here's how you could maybe get Maddox to sign Men Are Better Than Women. You go to Maddox and you're like, listen, I have a buddy who doesn't know about all this shit, and he found this book, and he thought it would be funny. But I know this guy, and I know he's a terrible stalker, awful. But I don't want to throw it away because my friend bought it for me. So could you like sign it and like cross out Dick Masterson's name and like write something funny?
That's a good idea. Yeah. I don't know. I have like a month or two to workshop it. We have a month or two to workshop it before I'm in LA. Um how are we doing on time?
I thought, don't you have like convention stories
I
and
was
like
going to say,
videos
yeah,
to show me and shit?
we already hit the hour mark. Do you want me to go and talk about convention shit now?
I mean, I'm gonna be up until fucking 1 a.m. now because I drank a fucking energy drink, so we might as well.
Hey man, I gave you money and you got donuts. All right.
That's true. I'm not complaining. I did get donuts out
You
of
got
it.
2 energy
So
drinks and a donut to go do a podcast. I feel like that's a fair trade.
yeah,
If I could send you alcohol, I would, but that would put you to sleep faster.
that's true.
Um, I don't know. I mean, I don't really have any other funny shit to talk about besides the things that I brought up.
I
But
thought you
like,
had like videos and stories and shit from the convention.
yeah, no, I have convention shit. I just meant like I don't have anything else outside of convention shit to talk about. Holy
Oh,
shit, I forgot about my fucking. Okay, I almost crashed out today.
okay, okay.
Almost crashed out today. So I deliver
Oh,
plumbing supplies, and the contractors will
okay.
put in orders, right? So
Hmm.
let's say you put an order for 4 different kinds of PVC fittings. I really need you to follow
Yeah.
along because it's part. I'm setting up the story here.
Okay.
I bring the order to you on the job site. I hand you the order, I hand you the orders, and you go, um, well, I don't need this one, but I do need this, and then I need this, and then but I don't need. He's picking and choosing what he wants from the order like it's a goddamn fucking grocery store. This motherfucker has 10 boxes on my fucking truck that I've been hauling around all goddamn day, stepping over because I'm in a shitty little pickup truck. And this dude looks at me and goes, I don't know if I need that. Basically, like opening boxes, taking things out, putting things back in, mixing things around. And he's being a fucking retard about it. And I fucking hate him because yesterday it was a brand new job site and I pulled up to where my GPS took me. And I'm like, hey, so and so, I'm here. I'm over at blah, blah, blah street. And he goes, you're in the wrong place. And then hung up on me. So then
What?
I call him back and I'm like, can you tell me where I can meet you so I can deliver these boxes? And he goes, oh, I need you to go to the back of the building, and then hangs up again. And I'm like,
Stop
oh
hanging
my
up.
god. Oh my god. I'm gonna kill this retard. I'm gonna fucking murder somebody today. So I just start driving around. I sent him a text. I'm like, if you see me, wave me down. I'll be driving around in circles. 15 minutes later of driving around in fucking circles, this dude starts flailing his arms at me, and I pull over and I'm like, are you so and so? And he's like, yeah, I've been looking for you for like 25 minutes. I'm like, first off, it's been like 5. Second off, you didn't tell me where to fucking go. Third, you fucking hung up on me. You don't hang up on me when I don't know where the fuck I'm supposed to be going. I am doing this so you don't have to go to the fucking shop and pick this shit up yourself. I'm bringing it to you. Yes, I know it's my fucking job, but it's also your job to help me get to where you need me to be.
Yeah, just because
So
people are doing their jobs does not mean they're not fucking human beings. That's a disconnect that retards seem to have, where it's like, oh, it's your job, so I shouldn't have to contribute in
he's a
any
fucking
way.
boomer.
Oh,
He's a fucking boomer who thinks he knows what he's fucking doing. And he doesn't because he's a fucking retard. So I show up today in the same spot. I call him. I'm like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I'm in the same spot as yesterday. He goes, where's that again? And I'm like, by the same in the same spot that you had me go yesterday. I'm in the back of the building by the dumpster. There's a couple other things over here, blah blah blah. And he goes, "Oh, okay." And then hangs up on me and I'm like, I have no idea if this dude's coming. He didn't acknowledge me or anything like that. So I'm just sitting there. 25 minutes later, this dude comes over and he's like, "Oh, I didn't know you were here already." I'm like, I called you. I called you because I am here. I told you I have things to deliver. So then I hand him the paperwork and he starts picking things out of boxes and putting them on his cart. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, I don't need everything else. I go, no, 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 no. It's all or nothing. You either get these 3 boxes from this order or you get none of those boxes from that order. You get this box or you don't get anything. That's how this works. I'm not a goddamn grocery store. All right? You either get all or nothing on these orders. Pick which order you want, and then I will give you those boxes. And he's like, you got a bad attitude. Can't believe none of you fucking kids want to work these days. I go,
Jesus.
I'm like, pick the orders that you want. I don't care which ones were canceled. If you cancel them, it's fine. I do not care. Pick the orders that you want and pick the orders that you don't, and I will give you the respective boxes. I am not going to sit here and try and sell you things like a goddamn fucking food truck. This is not a menu, this is an order. You pick the order and you get the fucking boxes. I'm sick and tired of this shit because I've been dealing with this shit all fucking day. I'm tired of it. I don't want to hear any of it. Pick the fucking orders. And he's like, I'm going to have to call your shop about your attitude. And I'm like, fucking please do. I walked back. I got back after the day. My boss came. I went out straight to my boss and he goes, what the fuck did you do? I go, this dude was trying to window shop and picking shit out of boxes and was like basically grocery shopping out of my fucking truck. And he goes, what the fuck? I go, yeah, that's what I was dealing with. He's like, okay, don't like yell at customers though. And I'm like, look, it's been a fucking week. I took too much time off. That it won't happen again. And he's like, wait, hold on a second. Do you have the order on you? And I go, yeah. And I give my boss the paperwork, and he goes, oh, it's this fucking retard? No, you're off the hook. This dude's a fucking piece of shit. And he walks out and goes,
That's great. That's so good.
Holy shit. Dude, that's why I had to do this podcast tonight. Because I could not go to bed knowing that that information was still in my head and not on a fucking podcast when I'm almost 5 beers deep. This dude is a piece of shit who has no idea where he is at any point in time in the world. Dude could be in fucking Guatemala or the fucking Caribbean and he would still think he's in fucking the USA. This dude is a fucking retard. And I hate delivering to him. And they just started this job site, so that means I'm going to be there for the next few months.
That's really funny. But real quick, I have a nerd story that you'll only barely understand. This is for Redox. Redox will get this one.
Oh, sorry. I need to interrupt before I forget because I'm drunk and ranting. Redox, I'm sorry if I offended you last week. You're like,
what do you think? I still don't understand the explanation that you gave. What do you think you said that offended him?
That he needs to stop disliking my videos because he's a retard.
Oh. And how did he respond to that? That it made you feel bad?
He said that he's like, oh, people think I'm annoying sometimes or something like that. And I'm like, oh, now I feel bad.
Oh,
now
yeah, no, Redox,
Redox,
buddy.
we love
Don't make
you.
him feel
You're like
bad.
the only
He's a
person who
jerk.
listens to the show. We love you. Thank you for actually like commenting on the videos. It's fun to look at them, even though Riely doesn't care about you.
I do care about you.
That's coping. It's all right.
There's a podcast that me and Redox are mutual fans of, that you at least know one person of and have heard me talk about before, called the Procrastinators Podcast.
Yeah, you've mentioned it a couple
And
times.
way back in the day, like years ago, while the PCP was still active and like all the good members were still in it, I made a goofy bit Twitter account at Epic PCP Fan 420. And the bit was I would just like tweet about the PCP, but I would just like tag it with like stupid shit about like epic, bro. Like it was a dumb bit.
Yeah.
And I did not think that it would ever reach anything significant. And as far as I knew, it never did. And then randomly Bell texts me today and says, the guy who ran the PCP is this guy named Nate, aka Best Guy Ever on YouTube. And Belle sends me this text and she's like, have you seen the clip from Nate's live stream where he talks about your Epic PCP Fan 420 account? And I'm like, no, that happened. And she sends me the link, and it's Nate is talking to he's doing a Heart Gold Nuzlocke, and he's talking to his stream chat about, there's this account on Twitter called Epic PCP Fan 420. And I'm not sure if they're being genuine, but the mask hasn't slipped, so it seems like they're real fans. And then he goes on to tell this story about, at some point I ranked the PCP members on the Epic PCP Fan 420 account. And he told the story of how I had Jeff who was a guy who was on 3 episodes total and then got like fired or left or something. I put him above another guy who was still on the show, named Tom Oliver. He was at the bottom of my list. And apparently, Tom Oliver saw that and went in the PCP group chat and said, I know it's epic PCP fan 420 and I shouldn't be upset, but this does offend me. And it made me kind of feel bad. I'm like, I didn't know Tom saw that and got upset.
Oh man, we love that though.
It was, yeah, it was like I had no idea that my account had been discussed in like the official PCP group chat and was causing discourse.
We love that though. We love when higher ups are like, "What the fuck are these retards doing?"
When they acknowledge my existence, it's pretty
When they
great.
acknowledge like the lower class, you know, it's great. I love that for you.
Yeah, I became a character on the PCP by the end. I had to win Ben Saint back over. So the reason the slow burn that led to the PCP ending was it was a lot of infighting. Nate left the podcast out of nowhere because he just like didn't feel like doing it anymore. So his brother Ben Saint, who was just like another co-host before, had to like take it over, ramshackle, and like nobody was showing up, and the show was like slowly dying. And then Ben starts drama with Trixie, because Trixie was hanging out with Riely and fucking Bird and Mint and shit. And Ben didn't like them. So he caused a bunch of problems and Trixie ended up leaving. And then the PCP just became the Trixie drama hour. Like Ben tried to turn Trixie into his Maddox and it really did not work. And I ended up getting in. I was sort of in Ben Saint's good graces. We were in talks to have him on the Brony Initiation podcast. And then what happened was he was talking shit about Trixie, and Violet hopped in to defend her, and Ben was shitting on Violet. So I had to jump in and defend my co-host's honor, and call Ben Saint Ben Taint, among other things. Uh,
Did you call him the N
and,
word?
no, I didn't quite get that far. He blocked me before I could call him the N word.
Oh,
But
that's a shame.
he blocked me on Twitter because I called him Ben Taint and
That's clear.
to
Like the
defend
N
the
word is
Trixie.
clearly the next step if you're trying to ramp things up. Like you call him Ben
Yeah,
Taint,
yeah,
you gotta call him the N word next,
yeah. That's the next logical step, of course. Uh,
or
but
just
I
gay.
But then I became like, because they were playing like literally every voicemail on the PCP, like to the point where every PCP was fucking 4 hours long and like half of it was voicemails because they were playing literally every voicemail they were sent. They weren't vetting them at all. So I started sending in silly voicemails and I became a known voicemail character. And then I was able to slowly whittle Ben into unblocking me on Twitter. He resisted at first, even though I was a silly little character who people liked on the show. I started tagging my voicemails with Ben unblock me on Twitter, and he wouldn't do it. But then eventually he did. He did it. He did it like secretly. So then I looked like a retard because I went into one of his Twitch streams and said Ben unblock me on Twitter, and he was like, I already did. And I looked and I was like, oh, thanks.
It's
So
great.
I'm playing both sides of that conflict. I don't know. I don't know if Trixie knows that I'm cool with Ben saying or how she would feel about that. But
You and I gotta find a Maddox. Like I know you can't just like search out your own Maddox. You got like
I thought it was gonna be Crow Royalty, and then they apologized and gave me my job back.
that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, yeah.
We got to find our own retard. Like everybody gets their own government assigned retard. Like you,
Man,
I have
maybe
you.
Kang. I'm still even though Kang apparently was not as big of a factor in that situation as I thought. He is retarded, so maybe I'm just gonna bully Kang now.
Yeah, but like the problem with that is if you're trying to find your own Maddox, you can't start shit though.
That's true. The shit has to be started by
You
them.
gotta like you can start it, but you can't make it obvious.
Yeah,
Like
it's like
if
The
Kang
Dick
puts out a
Masterson
video, you gotta
proverb.
go after him.
The
And
legendary Dick Masterson proverb is don't hit first, hit second, and never stop hitting.
yeah,
Yeah.
we need a Maddox. I want a Maddox. That's what I want. And I
It's gonna be
like
me.
that's
Eventually
I
I'm
was
gonna
just
spurg
about to
out.
say is like the really unfortunate thing is it might be you.
Yeah, eventually I'm gonna spurg out and I'm gonna be like, I don't want to do this fucking gay show anymore. And then and then you're gonna keep the name, even though I don't want you to keep the name. And then I'm gonna try to do something about that, and it's gonna turn into a radio war, and I'm gonna be your Maddox.
Well, see, no, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna give you your $100 and have you sign it over to me. I will fly down there and have you sign a legal document with like two
Is that the
hundred
price?
dollars
Did I say
attached.
I do it for $100?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess the show has made $0, so that's
Yeah, but I've also put
pretty good
like
price.
500 into the show technically, which is why I feel like I've earned the right to detour ahead. But you know, we're coming back. We're back, boys. We're back, ladies and gentlemen, JDs and Lenelman.
Yeah, no, I don't think we're going anywhere soon.
Nah, we got that. We got
But
the spark back, Riely. That's it. It was literally just I didn't listen to Dick Masterson, and that's the only problem we had.
yeah,
We've had two
never
good
never stop
episodes.
listening to the Dick Show again.
Nah, that was like the Dark Ages where
Yeah.
Christianity was trying to take hold of all technology and was like, "Fuck you, God doesn't want you to have that."
Yeah, you started the red pill was being slowly extracted from your fucking system as you
I think
didn't supplement it with
the
any
red
Dick
pill was always
Masterson.
there. The red pill was always there, but the liberals were shoving too much chemicals in my fucking water.
They made the frogs gay and they made you blue
Homosexual,
pilled. Yeah.
straight boy summer, straight man summer. We're gonna have a great time. It's a great summer.
You
Speaking of
admitted earlier
summer,
that you still have Grinder on your phone, so really
oh, not
straight boy. It
anymore.
sounds like you're not okay.
No, I was joking about sending femboys to your house to give you. It's a joke that all femboys drink White Monster.
You
There's a
see,
reason it's white.
that's a new joke for me. White Monster is the official drink of boomers. That's the meme I know.
No, it's for femboys, homie. It's for gay little twink boys.
I think both of those memes exist. This is where
Also,
the boomers and the femboys unite for the white monsters.
by
Fucking
the way, if
zero.
I keep running my mouth like I have been these past few episodes, we're gonna get Demi on here and we're gonna have like this huge debate.
I don't know. You just can't get Demi Gloom on shows. I don't know why she's such a fucking little bitch about it. Because
Tell
like,
her I'm anti-trans now. She'll come on.
yeah, that's how we'll get her on. I'm sure.
Yeah, to come yell at me and
She
figure
hates you
out
now.
probably. Probably.
No, she doesn't. She's fine.
Nah, because all trans people don't believe in detransitioning because you're not allowed to talk about it.
Dirty detransitioner. I will say that about you just to other people. Because what will happen is I'll talk about you and I'll say she and I'll realize what I've done. I'm like, oh wait, I meant he, dirty detransitioner.
Look, it's really funny that it just coincided with Trump becoming president again.
Because you
It's
really,
really funny that those two things coincided. Like,
you
this
seemed
is.
real serious when you started. So I really injected those she, her pronouns into my brain. And now
See,
I'm
that's the
having to
blue pill.
retrain.
That's the blue pill. You can't do that.
I am
I'll
the blue
respect.
pill.
I know you are. You're a big blue pill.
I'm the blue. I'm a big fat blue pill.
Yeah. But I'm back on the Dick Masterson red pill, so we're good. We're back, baby. This is Detour Head Summer this year.
Yeah.
Speaking of summer, let's get into the ColossalCon shenanigans.
Yeah, you went to ColossalCon
Um, so did I ever
and didn't bring your
explain?
business card, you fucking shit.
Nah, I was too busy. I was drunk almost the entire time, homie. All right. Is there anything bad in this picture that I'm not allowed to show? Uh, I don't think so. I think we're fine. Okay. So every year there's a 21 plus group chat that puts on like an unofficial theme for the convention. So it went ColossalCon, where everyone dressed up in like as cows.
Dick Masterson's dream.
Um, ColossalCon, which everyone dressed as demons, which was hot because women were outside wearing fucking basically nothing, and it was amazing. Last year was MythLossalCon, so like mythology, anything pretty much. This year was Miku LossalCon, which was everybody dressed like Hatsune Miku.
Yes.
So each year they have one big party on, I believe it's Friday. This is the bet. This is here's one picture that I got.
Hey Alex, have you
Yes.
heard about Hatsune Miku's newest adventure? Speaking of Hatsune Miku,
She's in Sonic now.
she's in fucking Sonic now.
That's
She's
fucking
in the Sonic racing game.
fantastic.
Here's some characters that are in the Sonic the Hedgehog racing game, okay? A bunch of characters leaked. Here's some characters that are in the fucking Sonic racing game. Hatsune Miku, first of all. SpongeBob and Patrick. The Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Aang from Avatar. I
Fair
think those are all the
enough.
crossover characters I could think of, but it's so ridiculous. Why?
If you want to turn your head to the first picture in the media chat, we're moving over to media chat now. So,
Okay.
it's the one where everybody's wearing Hatsune Miku wigs.
That's a lot of Mikus.
Someone went and got a total count. It was about like 250 Mikus that were out in the lawn over at Kalahari this year.
That's great.
It's ridiculous. Everybody was doing Miku. Um, me and my friends did not do Hatsune Miku. I could not come up with anything that was clever enough for Hatsune Miku, nor did I have the money to do so.
And then there's a picture of what I think is you and your friends, but it's like a Polaroid
Yes,
that looks like an album cover.
yes, there's that. You know the
This looks
Russian.
like a fun. This looks like your rap. This is like your debut rap album cover. Is this
We do
fucking Polaroid picture? You in your fucking hat, fucking sitting there.
the hat was a last minute decision because I don't like my hairline. But anyway, a better picture would be this one. We all dressed up in Adidas gear and acted like retards for like hours. You know, like the Russian meme where all like the Russian suka blat, where they're in like Adidas gear. Are you aware of that
Yeah.
meme? That's what we do every year, and we got what is that, 4 or 5, like 5 or 6 people, and we were just blasting Russian music and acting like retards around the convention center. um, where's the where's the video? Did I post the video in media channel?
um. Wait. Okay. Let me look.
Should be all of us standing. We had like a dance circle going on at some point. This is this might get taken down, so it's a Rasputin song, if you know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was thinking that immediately when you talked about Russian music. As like
Yeah.
that's the first thing that came to my mind is fucking Rasputin.
Yeah, we were playing that, and like I was trying all week this week to find more, because like we had like 8 or 9 people take videos of us just hanging out here for a little bit, and I was not able to find any of the videos that anybody posted, unfortunately.
Yeah, but you guys are
Except for
doing like gay little knot. The dance you do for Rasputin is you cross your arms and you kick your feet. I don't
well,
know what the
yeah,
fuck you were doing.
we were just hanging out. We were just hanging out there because we were wandering around for hours and we were just taking a break. That's all we were doing, and people gathered around.
But if you're doing a dance circle for Rasputin, I don't know how your natural muscle reaction is not the cross arms kicking your feet.
Well, immediately after this video was taken, we had people jumping in and doing it. I wasn't
Okay,
able to find a
okay.
video of it. Um so there was that, and then about podcast notes, nothing else in there. We got Hatsune Miku. All right, there was one more video that I wanted to talk. Well, so you know the bottle of soju that you and I took shots of when you were here?
Yeah, I remember the soju. It was delicious,
Oh, it
and
was
you wouldn't
fucking
let me have any
fantastic.
more.
No, because I wanted to save it for this year because I got it from last year's convention.
Mhm.
So I figured the first drink of this year should have been the last drink from last year because I saved it for literally no reason. I bought 15 of those bottles for this weekend.
What
15
the?
15 bottles of soju.
And how much of it did you drink?
14 of them.
Oh my god!
I have one left.
Damn.
On top of like frozen drinks that the water park place made for us and stuff like that. But it was good. I A lot of my friends would we'd get off shift at like 3:30 in the morning, and they would all decide to go to bed. I decided to just hang out with other people. So I actually like made friends this year, like enough for them to search me out on fucking Facebook and like friend me on Discord and shit like that, which was cool and it was fantastic. And I was actually having like good talks with people. So like the whole weekend was really really fun. This little guy right here, the little Raichu on the bottom, I bought him.
Yeah.
That was my
Nice, nice.
obligatory plushie from the weekend because it was the only fucking Raichu in the entire convention. The only one. There was not a single Raichu or a Alolan Raichu anywhere in the convention until I came across him. And I'm like, you're coming home with me. You're coming with me. But there was that. I bought Penguin something. I can send you a picture after because I'd have to go get it in the other room. I didn't take a picture of it because I'm not going to show it on stream just in case Penguin listens. It's a surprise. She got mad at me because I spent money on her. We're not going to talk about the money amount. I can tell you later just because
Oh boy.
it's double digits. So don't worry. That's broad enough to where I feel comfortable saying it's double digits.
You say double digits, and there's a range where that would be acceptable, and then there's a range where that stops, and it continues to snowball into wildly unacceptable. So I don't know where in that range you would fall.
20 to 80.
Okay, well that does not really broaden it. You're still starting at a place that would be acceptable, snowballing into a place that definitely would not be.
What, you think spending 80 on Penguin is not acceptable?
I would say not.
Do you know how much money she spent on me over the years?
Over the years, but like you
I've
go to a
not spent
convention
anywhere
and
close to what Penguin has spent on me. Anyway,
no, you're right. You're right.
I
She deserves whatever you got.
she does. So I'm gonna take it to California with me and give it to her. Um, let's see what else happened.
God, you guys are going to LA. That's awesome.
I'm
And
so
Gingy's going to LA this week. I want to go to fucking LA.
You got to come to Ohio. There's more
Yeah,
to
I
do.
know.
There's more to do in Ohio.
I don't believe you.
What do you mean you don't believe me? There's a whole zoo and aquarium that we didn't even get to go to.
Yeah, yeah. Though there's a whole zoo and aquarium. Wow, it's not like there's like the fucking Hollywood Walk and like fucking a million other things in LA.
There's a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame up here as well. We can go down to Canton and visit the Pro Football Hall of Fame. There's not much in Ohio, my guy. All right, I was doing my best. I've never hosted somebody before.
I mean, I had a good time, and I'd like to do it again. It's just prohibitively expensive, and I'm retarded with money.
We know. We all know. But yeah, I put away 14 bottles of soju that weekend. By the way, each bottle is 12% alcohol.
You stayed up all night.
I did. Um so we have toast that we explained on the last episode of ColossalCon when we had Val come on
Hmm.
around this time last year actually. Uh it's like a naming ceremony where all the newbies get their call signs. My call sign is Applebee's. Um so after that ended, it was already like 5:30 in the 5:30 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, well, I'm not really tired. I'm still hyped from from the naming ceremonies and shit like that. So I choose all of my friends decided to go to bed. So I'm like, you know what? I'll mingle. I'll talk to people, and that ended up with, oh, all of a sudden it's like 7:30. One person went to bed, but the other two stayed up, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll stay up. I'll continue talking, and then all of a sudden it's like 8:30, and I'm like, well, they're like, look, we're gonna go take like a 30-minute nap, and then we'll be back up, and we got to get out of here at some point. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I go to lay down, and the room was just like, we're gonna spin now, and I'm like, oh fuck. So I get back up and I
Oops.
go outside, and I'm like, oh no, I had too much to drink. Fuck, if I sit down, I ain't getting back up. I wasn't drunk enough to get sick, but I was drunk enough to where if I lay down, I would get sick. So I just decided to stay up through the night Saturday into Sunday morning, and I packed up the car. Everybody else woke up and shit like that.
That reminds me of recently the funniest like lawyer technicality I've ever heard. One of the many facets of the Nick Rekieta situation. So when they were getting arrested, the cops were trying to determine how involved the external woman was, April, and whether she needed to be charged. So they were trying to determine if April lived there, which she did, but they asked Nick if April slept there that night, and Nick said no, which was not a lie because she hadn't slept because she was on cocaine. So technically, she did not sleep there that night because she did not sleep. But then April told on herself and she got charged anyway. But that was a funny misdirect. We're like, he's not lying. She didn't sleep there that night. She didn't sleep anywhere. She was on a cocaine bender.
I think so this year wasn't as eventful as last year, but I have one last thing.
Okay.
Um, at the very end of shift on Saturday night, Sunday morning, like right before we were done for the weekend, there was a Jesus walking around, a guy dressed up as Jesus. And my one friend was like, "Go and talk to Jesus. It's worth it." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I mean, it's the end of the night. Let's go talk to Jesus and see what he wants, right?" He's I go up to Jesus, and uh he goes, "Are you a saint or a sinner? What do you think I chose?"
Sinner.
Yep, I chose sinner, and I'm a fucking retard for picking that. I have a video.
Then Jesus pulled out a gun and shot you, and now you're dead and you're in hell.
No, this is slightly funnier.
Okay.
um, give me 1 second. I gotta download the fucking video. All right, let's switch to visuals because I don't care. All right, so the story behind this is if you're a sinner, you got to confess one of your sins. I chose alcoholism. And then he takes out a paddle and he fucking hits the shit out of you.
That's so funny.
So
what's the number?
And eight's not too bad.
Four.
Yeah. What?
Reggie emo. 10, what's the number?
so that fucking hurt. It doesn't look like it hurt, but this dude right at the last second sped the fuck up and slapped my ass with that paddle so fucking hard. It fucking hurt, Riely.
Getting your shit slapped is like, did you get hit on the butt as a kid? Was that a
Yes.
measure? Was that a disciplinary measure?
Very
told this
very
sto-
early
I to-
on, but like as like probably 3, 4, maybe 5 years old, but after that it stopped.
I think I was a little older, and the last time that it almost happened, I've definitely told this story before, but it's just like, it's one of those things I will think about until the day I die. It's one of those things that make me think there might be a God, and that divine intervention saved me this day. That I had somehow pissed off my mother so righteously, that she swung the spatula at my ass with like the fury of 1,000 suns. Um, and right as it's about to make contact, the top bends, flies off, and sticks into the wall.
Okay.
So that's I don't think I got hit that day. I think we both understood that a divine power had stepped in that day, and that we didn't need to question his will.
See, I did this because I thought I was gonna get like some silly little trinket or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I was not like I already engaged the Jesus in conversation. I can't back out. But he was very nice about it. He's like, "Do I have permission to hit you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead. I don't really care. It's funny." And he's like, "On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard do you want to hit?" And in the video, you can hear me pussy out and say 4. That was not
You
a
should have
fun.
said you should have said 10. I want to
Dude,
see that
I
guy
swear
fucking crank it.
The 4 fucking hurt though. I am afraid to know what 10.
I want to know what
was.
happened what would have happened if you said 10 and he sent you flying across the room like
I would have probably landed on my ass, to be honest with you, or fell forward. 4 fucking hurt. My ass was hurting for at least like an hour or 2 after that. But it's like, it's experiences like that where like you tell someone and they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
I can imagine like him winding it up like a fucking like baseball, like duh, 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 duh,
You would have, yeah. Trying to hit a 100 mile per hour ass with a fucking paddle. So that's my shenanigans. There's not much to talk about. I probably could have talked a lot more about it, but I found funnier things to talk about than the convention this time. But
I see.
So one of our friends got the call sign Fable because he did a good job working with these other 2 guys named Myth and Legend. So they gave him Fable, which sounds fucking cool, right? So I was talking with the 3 of them afterward, and they're like, I'm like, "Have you guys thought of like a 4th name? Because it's very possible that they might give someone a 4th name." And they're like, "We have no idea." And I'm like, "What about Epic?" And they're like, "Oh, that sounds fucking cool. You got Epic, Fable, Myth and Legend. That's a good quartet right there, right?"
Yeah.
And then someone chimes in and they're like, "Well, what if they don't do too well with Myth and Legend? What if they really like royally fuck it up?" I immediately chime in and go, "His
Anecdote.
nah, it's too many syllables. You got to keep it to 2 to 3."
Okay.
I chime
That's
in and
3.
go,
Anecdote is 3 syllables.
"I've had a lot to drink. Excuse me." There's that, but I chose I think I chose better than anecdote. Story. The other front runner instead of epic would have been folktale.
Folklore.
Folklore,
That's a
yeah.
good name.
Folklore would have been a good name too.
Folklore. Yeah.
Another girl in our group was dressed with like demon horns and shit like that, and I don't remember the whole
Ooh.
story. Her cosplay was fucking cool though, but she got yokai. It's cool. Yokai is cool because her boyfriend's name is Oni. So
Nice,
Oni and
nice.
yokai are really really cool.
I was about to make a joke about about her pegging you with a pitchfork, but I guess I won't now that I know she has a boyfriend.
Oh, so we use radios for on shift. Any radio that's like the FCC can listen into for a certain amount of time per day. If you didn't know that, they can.
Wait, the FCC is listening in on your communication radio frequency?
Yes.
What the fuck?
The FCC it's basically like the NSA can listen in on all your conversations.
I know about the FCC. I listen to fucking radio guys talk about it all the time, but I didn't know they're listening to fucking communication channels.
Yeah.
I thought they were just listening to fucking talk radio and making sure that you weren't saying bad words.
Well, they are, but there's also a chance that they are allowed to tune into your frequency and see if you're saying anything bad on the airways. Because technically it is public communication.
Yeah, so you're subject to FCC regulations even in a private like radio chat frequency. That's wild.
It's a bit outlandish, but like we follow the rules
No
anyway.
swear words over the radio. Can't do
That's
it.
where I was going. Right before
Yeah.
shift on Wednesday, we had an all staff meeting for the health and safety staff, and the person who was running it's right before we left, like one of the key points was do not swear over the radio. Don't do it at all. No swearing, no nothing. No fuck, no shit, no nothing. Say F, say shoot, anything else but swearing. Don't swear.
You can
10
describe
minutes.
sex acts in great detail, but you can't use any of the actual technical terms.
Yeah, basically. 10 minutes into shift, about probably 20 to 30 minutes after this meeting, right? We have a new guy who goes over the radio and says, "Hey, we have someone causing a disturbance." And they're like, "Well, what are they saying?" And he's like, "Well,
I can't say that.
they're saying bad things about the convention." And they're like, "Verbatim, what are they saying?" And he goes, he's saying fuck ColossalCon. And like everybody, I guarantee you everybody's just like, oh, we just fucking talked about this. I come to find out that one of the higher ups after that shift was like, I already have a call sign for him. And that's usually not good if you get a call sign day one. He got quote. It's probably the worst one I've heard is quote. It's not great, and I'm sure he's gonna switch it after next year, but it's really unfortunate that he got quote.
That's really fucking funny.
I was going through TikTok like this past week, and I'm seeing all these ColossalCon videos, and then this one cosplay girl that's super hot that I follow on TikTok apparently was there, and I'm like, oh man, fuck. I'm so frustrated that I found out she was there after I was already gone.
Yeah, you could have shot your shot.
Not even shoot my shot.
In there.
I would have done a professional shoot my shot. Be like, hey, I have a podcast. I would love to bring a like actual cosplay.
Nah, you should be thinking with your
on.
dick before you're thinking with your microphone. Come on.
I'm thinking with this. I'm thinking with my microphone right now. I probably would have shot my shot if I knew she was there, because I've been following her for like a year now.
It's straight boy summer, Alex. You have to you have to think with your dick. That's part
I'm
of
thinking
it.
with my dick. I'm going back to that fucking. I will mark my fucking words. I will shoot my shot with the girl who took over the one fucking manufacturer business place, who's doing all the orders for pickups. I will shoot my shot and I will figure it out.
All right.
I will, and I will report back because she's hot and I want to do something because she knows the industry. I need a blue collar girl. That's what I want. That's what this is all for, Riely. That's what this all for, is to become a blue collar man, so I can get a
Alex is
strong
gonna-
blue collar woman to tell me what to do. That's all I want. That's
Alex
all
is
that
gonna,
this is
like-
all for.
His penis is gonna breach the folds of a real vagina, and any remaining blue pilledness is just gonna wash away. And he's gonna be like, "I understand."
I need a blue collar woman to come into my life, look at my apartment, and say, "You sad fuck, and I need my ways changed." I want her to look at all my stupid little fucking Funko Pops out there and go, "You this
Oh,
is
throw away
pathetic."
Throw away my Funko Pops, mommy. Put them in the trash bag.
Do it. Look, if a super hot girl who's way out of my league actually made it over to this apartment, it was like, "Your Funko Pops are gay. They make you look like an F slur. Get rid of them." I'd be like, "Yes, ma'am," and I would throw them away instantly, no regret. I would have a little bit of regret on a couple of them, but I
It's this
would
gay
fight.
Sonic Pikachu that's hanging on your wall.
I would have to go through the lore and explain we can't touch
you have
that.
to explain how it's a sacred talisman.
We
can't.
cannot touch that. If you take it off the Detour Ahead sign, you're either gonna fucking kill me in my sleep or I'm gonna crash my car. Please just don't touch it. Leave it alone. We're gonna leave it there. It's safest on the Detour Ahead sign right now.
I will fucking the next time I come up there, we need to get that thing restrained because I will just wear it anytime I'm on camera. We need a wider necklace clasp for it, but I will do it.
I think you just need somebody to put it on for you. Your neck's not that fat. I feel like you can get it on.
I don't think it fit around my neck.
I'm not putting a Sonic Shoe necklace on you from behind. That is how you get called an F slur.
Why is that gay? It's just a neck. It's fucking. I can't get it on.
No, it's
Same
the fact that
thing-
another man is putting a necklace on for you from standing from behind. That's gay.
You know, we don't have to do that on camera. That part you could do off camera.
You want me to face
But-
you want me to face you and like wrap my arms around you while I straddle you in the chair?
That part's gay. From behind, it's normal. That's gay. What you described.
Of course.
From behind, it's just a normal thing to do.
Nah, because that's
from
how you
ahead,
take it in the
it's fucking-
ass, is from behind.
Yeah, but you're putting a necklace on me, not putting your dick in my ass. It's two different
That
things.
sounds like the same thing to me. Nobody wants dicks in their ass. You don't want to chuck dicks in your ass, Riely. Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that.
Good old Chuck Dixon. He's coming out with Horseman #1, #2.
Oh my god. The one episode I just listened to, they're talking about Superman, Batman,
Batman,
Horseman.
Horseman.
I was cracking up. It's so stupid, but like that's the kind of comedic level I want to get to at some point. Is like you're making fun of someone for their comic named Horseman or Horseman, and like you're just like, "Oh man, I really love that Superman, that Batman."
Yeah.
That Batman. The
Fucking Horseman.
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 Oh man, it's great. It's good to be back. It's good to be back to our roots.
I'm excited. Dick's got the 911 call, it's looking like.
Oh my god, I saw that and it was posted 5 hours ago. I can't wait. I'm gonna have to listen to this week's episode. I have to.
He's got the call where Eric July fucking drove to a gas station to make the 911 call for some retarded reason.
So ridiculous.
He had to like hide in a secret location to fucking make the call.
We really need like to either start. We got to throw the first punch or see if someone's gonna throw the punch at us at some point. I would love to put my comedic stylings that I learned from Dick Masterson to use.
I gotta talk to Riely about all of the trolling that he's been doing. He's gonna be on the MoCast this week, and I'm very excited about it.
Are you gonna get him on this show at some point?
Yeah, I mean, if he's down, he seemed to be pretty down for the. I feel like he is just down to do shows with me, but like he's just like the exalted king of trolls, and I feel as if I'm insulting him to bother him.
Nah, see, you're getting too in your head about that. You just gotta shoot your shot.
I did for the MoCast that he took it, but
if it goes well, shoot your shot for this in a couple weeks or a month or so.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
If you shoot your shot with Riely, I'll shoot my shot with Trixie and see if she would want to come on the show. How about that?
She's not even on Twitter anymore. She's on fucking Blue Sky now.
I'll go on fucking Blue Sky. I don't care. I'll sign up.
I don't even think her DMs are open. I actually, part of why I made the MoCast Blue Sky, which is a thing that exists now, is so I could hit up Trixie, but her DMs were not open. So it's like, okay.
No,
so now the MoCast has a Blue Sky that I'm posting on. Nobody goes there obviously because it's fucking Blue Sky. But I figure maybe somebody someday will see it that wouldn't have seen it on Twitter. So I might as well. It doesn't take that much effort to just paste everything I post on Twitter to Blue Sky.
Anyway, I've got nothing else. That pretty much wraps up the convention for me. I was pretty much drunk the entire time, which was fantastic. I got paddled in the ass by Jesus.
You know, I'm just an antisocial nerd. My big news this week is that I started watching Ben 10 Alien Force, and now I have a thread about it on Twitter. That's my news.
I told you before the show, when I was convincing you to actually do the show, I literally told you, I'm like, it's gonna be 80% me talking. I just need you for reactions. That's it. That's all I needed you for. I needed to get this shit out before I forget, because if we waited another week, I would have forgotten ColossalCon shit.
Were you in the Ben 10, or was that after your time?
Ben 10? I love Ben 10, the original one. What came after the original Ben 10?
Ben 10 Alien Force.
That was when I started actually like growing up, where I was like, cartoons are gay. Cartoons are for kids.
You see, that's where you fucked up, because Ben 10 Alien Force, as it turns out, is fucking brilliant.
It's the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that the one where he's like a teenager or some shit?
He's a teenager. He's voiced by Yuri Lowenthal. He's he's the maturity. Like, I was shocked. The writing, specifically the pilot of Alien Force, I was so like blown away by how like subtly and well they were showing like the maturity uptick. Because in the original show, part of Ben's like personality is that he's a fucking shitling, and that him and Gwen hate each other. And then in Alien Force starts, and it's like he's a star goalie. He's living his best life. Him and Gwen have like a wholesome relationship. Like it's so like nice and well done. I'm very excited to dive more into it. Although there is a point where I'm told that I'm very scared of. So apparently, the first 2 seasons of Alien Force are all like this Ben, where he's more mature and he's learning to be a leader and a mentor, and he's growing up. And then at some point between season 2 and season 3, the executives were like, "Hey, the kids can't relate to Ben as much anymore because he's not a fucking little shit. What if we made him a fucking little shit again?" And then apparently in Alien Force season 3, he's suddenly like classic Ben, but a teenager, in that he's like a shitlord, and that continues into Ultimate Alien and Omniverse. But I'm terrified about that. But I at least have the first 2 seasons of Alien Force to experience and enjoy.
That's unfortunate.
he starts to fix himself. Like I've seen some of Ultimate Alien recently, and like there are episodes where he's immature, but like it's still like it's a little better. I've heard Alien 4 season 3 is like egregious. But Ultimate Alien he starts to improve, and then by Omniverse, I think he's we're somewhat back maturity wise, but he never quite reaches Alien 4 season 1 and 2 again, which is unfortunate that they went that way. But you know, executives can't keep their fucking fingers out of shows, and they fuck them up.
I thought you were gonna say they can't keep their fingers out of Ben's asshole.
I mean, they can't. They cannot keep their fingers out of children's assholes. That is a problem with executives
Yeah.
in the Hollywood industry.
Nobody wants that, Riley.
Nobody wants. They're chucking dicks in all their asses, and it's not cool.
All right. I've got nothing else to talk about, unfortunately.
Me neither. Let's
It was a
end the
very
podcast.
Kolochu heavy. It was a very Alex heavy week this week.
I tried to talk about some Ben 10 to round us out there. That's about all I got for you.
We're all good. I wasn't expecting like any story time from you this week. It was literally just all me. I just needed to get some things out. We had a good
If
rage.
you want to hear me give intense, constant autistic thoughts about Ben 10 Alien Force, follow me on Twitter because I have an ongoing Twitter thread that I've started that I'm posting all thoughts that come to mind as I watch Alien Force.
Where else can people find you?
linktr.ee/Riely Cinematic Universe. That's RIELY Cinematic Universe. It's got the link to said Twitter as well as all my podcasts and YouTube channels and all that fun shit. Go there, check it out.
If you haven't already been watching on the Kolochu YouTube channel, you can find an entire playlist of Detour Ahead over there. Oh, another reason why it's White Boy Summer. Riley and I, the Kolochu YouTube channel is back, and I'm saying this now
True.
on this show, so I am forced to go do editing tomorrow because it's not out yet as of recording, but I need to get at least one of the things we recorded out. Go check out the newest video on the Kolochu YouTube channel. Riley and I do some silly little shenanigans, so go check that out. If it's not up, spam this video with dislikes and call me a retard. I don't know.
Hold on, I've got a live update from Trump about the Elon thing. This is a Truth Social post. It's very important.
Is he getting deported?
This is a totally real Truth Social post that I found here. Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump. The real reason disgraced Elon left Doge is because he tried to touch my penis in the White House bathroom. I was using a urinal when Elon walked up to me and used the urinal right next to me, which is something nobody does, folks. Then he asked me if I wanted to go tip to tip. That's when he turned towards me with his penis out and tried to grab mine. Disgusting, folks. So that's the tea on Elon. I buy it. I believe it.
I can't believe Elon is gay. That's very surprising.
He tried to touch my cock. I didn't want him to do it.
So Elon is a gay
Said,
autist.
just let it
Fantastic.
happen. Just let it happen, Daddy. And I didn't let it happen.
We
And
got
he
a
got
Chuck
upset.
Dixon Elon's ass. But
Did you plug yourself?
no, you kind of interrupted that. But
Go ahead.
if you haven't already been listening on the Kolochu YouTube channel, you can find stuff over there.
Wait, you did plug that.
Yeah, I'm just continuing. linktr.ee/ColossalChu. If you want to donate money to us because you think we're funny and you want to support either Riley or me, money goes to both of us, so careful on that. If you like me and not Riley, don't donate. Give us fucking money. I don't care. Patreon.com/DetourAhead. DETOURAHEAD. Give us money. It's cool. Just give us money. We'll give you content. That's how this works. That's how the internet works. But thanks everybody so much for watching, and we will see you guys next Wednesday.
Bye.